Hey there, everyone. It's your girl, Denise and Chinedu Ogu, and we are here to chat some WWE NXT August 12th. Chin, good to see you, man. How are you?
I'm doing good, doing good. It's always a great day to hang with the homie Salcedo on the amazing DWO reviewing NXT. So it's always great.
Hell yeah, man. I'm excited to be here. Always a good time. This was a pretty interesting episode of NXT. There were some things that I liked that I can't wait to talk about. And then there were some other things where I just thought, hey, this is not too bad, but where is this going? And I want to kick things off with the big topic, in my opinion, which was Lash Legend versus Nia Jax that took place here tonight on the show. Now, I have been wondering what this was going to look like since the moment that they started to beef with one another and when this match was made up here. And the things that I did like in this was just the overall power that both of the girls brought during this. There were some intense moments anytime Lash Legend tried to pick up Nia Jax in any sort of fashion. I thought that was probably the most intriguing part of the entire matchup. But there was like a moment where she tried to like superplex her. There was like a tease of that. That was pretty sick. But eventually Nia Jax does deliver the victory on Lash Legend. It was a fun match. There were some moments that were a little funky, but overall it was a good match though. Chinedu, how'd you feel about Nia Jax and Lash Legend?
I love the match. We call them alpha females. You know what I'm saying? We don't say big meaty men slapping meat. It would just sound horrible if we said it for the
Yeah,
ladies.
it would. It would.
Immediate like flag demonetization and everything though. So it was a great match between these alpha females. I loved what I saw in the ring. The crowd definitely was into the match. I felt like those the crowd, the pops and all that, it just enhanced everything. I want to say firstly, Nia Jax, listen, Nia, if you ever see this girl, you looking good. Okay? Looking good. Because I feel like she gets so much criticism, but like Nia Jax is in amazing shape. She's like, so I feel like this is the best shape we've ever seen her in WWE. Her mic work is great, and I'm really happy she's down there because I feel like her presence is something that can really help the women's division, especially somebody like Lash Legend. And they did their thing in there, man. Like Lash is a star in the making. Her and Trick, those two are for sure going to be big parts of WrestleMania for a while because I was blown away, and I truly cannot. Well, firstly, the right person won. Although I love Lash Legend, I felt Nia Jax should have won. Because that way you continue to build a feud. If they are going to do a feud between these two, Lash gets her payback at perhaps at Heat Wave. But I feel that everything was great in the match. I loved all the movements. I wanted to give them an extra 5 minutes, man. I want to see what they was going to do. I want to give them extra 5 minutes, but I love this match. I love that I love that Nia won, and I really do hope these two women get a face-off moment in the Royal Rumble next year. I think the crowd's going to go up for that. They'll give them like 10, 15 seconds to do some power moves with each other in the Royal Rumble. I think it's going to be live.
Yo, in the Rumble, that would be pretty sick, man. And we've seen Lash Legend. She was in this year's Rumble, wasn't she? I can't remember because I know they had a couple of the NXT girls in there. I'm trying to remember if Lash was in there. I'm pretty sure she was, wasn't she?
I think she was. No, she was. I believe she was.
She was, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing though. Like Lash, we've been waiting for her breakout moments. That's what's been happening. She's had good moments, but it's happened sporadically. There have been the moments when she lifted up Otis. There's been all of these different types of opportunities for her on SmackDown, but we haven't had that big, massive feud just yet. And I think with this one here with Nia Jax could be it. It could be the feud that is going to get her to finally be that person, that girl on NXT where she can work her way up that ladder. So it's kind of exciting because some of the girls that I'm primarily excited for at the moment right now, it's Lash Legend, it's Jada Parker, it's Lola Vice, who I can't wait to talk about here today. I love those girls and what they can possibly turn out to be on NXT. And that's sort of what I'm waiting for at the moment right now, is to see where they go and what we do. So, I mean, I was a fan of this and I feel like it's fresh, it's something new for Nia Jax to do something like this and to help put over Lash Legend.
Yes, and I would say like the NXT crowd, they're gonna appreciate Nia Jax. Like they're gonna let like promos. Some crowds they just come in ready to boo Nia Jax and Charlotte Flair just because they don't like Sue. And although it's good heel heat, I feel like they give Nia a chance to really like put in the heel work in her promos with a crowd like that. And also I want to say, when you said Kalani, Lola Vice, etc., did you say girls or girls? I wasn't sure which one you said.
You know me. I said girls, but I should have said girls.
No, I love
about
the
this?
girls.
The women. women,
Yes,
Chinedu, the women, because not everybody can be a woman. There you go.
that's
I'm going
right.
to emphasize it.
The women's
The
top
women.
women's in the company.
Yeah, no, for reals. But I thought that they definitely went a good, solid direction with that. Now, before we like get into the rest of everything, I do want to go ahead and get into what everybody here is saying on social media. We got Sheldon Jackson here says, so Dark State couldn't beat Myers, Edwards, JDC, and Cardona on TNA, but they can beat Oba, Moose, Trick, and Javon. What kind of bullshit is this? I not tell you guys that some BS was gonna happen with Dark State? I feel like I might have mentioned this last week. I feel like I said this. Like I knew something crazy was going to happen because they're really trying so hard to make Dark State a thing. They really are. They did. And our boy Javon got the pin. Our boy Javon, man. Our guy who we're planning on being future NXT champion.
Yeah, I mean that I ain't gonna lie, man. It hurt. Jackson, you were correct, man. That hurt. I will say this though, although they lost, what I did like about all that is the heel move from Trick Williams. That it just to me, in the big scheme of things, it helps him look more like a dick. So that was my silver lining in this though, because I did want them to win. I want them to whoop. I want this to be like DX versus the Spirit Squad 2006, like complete landslide victory though. But no, didn't happen. It was good. And I guess again, Dark State like Fetch. They're trying to make it a thing, but we'll see what happens. But I wish them the best though.
I feel like they had a better match than what they did at TNA here tonight. So at least that's a pro. They also had some promo time earlier on the show, which was hella funny because they were looking at the interviewer like, oh yeah, we're here. Like, I can't believe it. Like, this interview is actually happening. Kelly Kincaid was, thank you guys so much for saying yes to doing this interview. And it goes back to some of the jokes that we've made in the past about how Dark State is supposed to be this unhinged group, but yet here they are appearing with fancy music and lights every single week, and now they're doing the interview. But I do think this interview format though worked better than what they had them do the week before, which was straight to camera. I can't even decide honestly which one was better. I think it was better having them with Kelly.
I mean, just as long as old dude don't say they up somebody's butt no more, I think they'll be okay. I think they'll be all right if they don't say that no more. Going forward.
Oh my God. I still can't believe they had him say any of that. That is wild, man. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Sheldon. We got Bob Ross Jr. here who says, Lash Legend's in-ring ability has gotten better. It reminds me of past versions of Bianca and current version of Jade Cargill. It's really hard. Look, I cannot compare so much so to Bianca because Bianca was like a different kind of level athlete to me. I feel like the Biancas of the world are very, very rare. I think a little bit more closer to Jade Cargill, but I do think Lash is a little bit more advanced than Jade Cargill is. So and I'm not saying like is right now, but kind of was before, like the earlier versions, like really early versions of Jade Cargill that we saw. I think that we've seen more from Lash Legend, and that's comparing her to like her old like AEW run and she was doing there, right? So what we're seeing right now from Lash feels a little bit more advanced. But now with Bianca to me, she kind of always had that extra, just that extra athleticism where she could be. Plus, Bianca's also a lot smaller in size than Lash Legend, so her body's able to do like all of these additional, flips and spins and shit like that. But she does have like that strength like Lash Legend. Like they have that in common because they're both very, very strong. So that's what I think they do have in common is more so the power.
I'm loving all these potential matchups. You just said Lash, Bianca, Jay. All these are great potential matches. I cannot wait to see, man. This is good stuff.
We got Infamous Raider Loco. Hey, what's up, Frank? He says, Happy Tuesday, DWO leader Denise. The one Salcedo, say his name and he appears. I believe in Chin, Hendry, and of course, the DWO family. Well, since we're on the topic of Joe Hendry and Charlie Dempsey, they went at it here today on the show. And of course, Joe Hendry is still super over with the audience and whatnot. And for the most part, like this is a pretty straightforward match. Really wasn't that much. Joe Hendry choke slams Charlie Dempsey. And eventually gets the cover 1, 2, 3, and he gets the win here. But how did you feel about what you're seeing here and what they might be doing? What is happening, by the way, with Charlie Dempsey and Ren Sinclair at this point? I'm starting to wonder if they're gonna go separate ways at one point, or if they're just gonna keep them together, because I feel like they've paired Ren Sinclair with Charlie Dempsey to maybe try to get a little bit more of his personality out, because we were seeing that with the no quarter catch crew, but now it doesn't really feel like the no quarter catch crew is really anything. So now it feels like, why are Ren and Charlie still a thing?
Charlie, listen to me. You listen, Charlie? Listen. Go and call your daddy, man. All right? We're not going to do this. No more factions, no more group. Go and call your daddy, man. Okay? That's what we're going. You are William Regal's kid. You are going to go out here and you're going to brutalize this roster at the behest of your dad. And you're going to rise to the ranks and it's going to get over. Why aren't we doing this? We just saw Cody's whole thing is about him and his daddy. Charlie, call your daddy. Call your daddy and get this cracking. First of all, we love William Regal. First of all,
yeah, he's very much loved.
So I understand. Like, I don't feel the same way too. I don't know what they're quite doing with it. I feel they both have talent, you know, but I do think maybe Ren should move on, because I feel like Ren is similar to where Thea is. Like, the crowd likes them. They're not necessarily in storylines, but the crowd still has a place for them in their heart. But I want them to be more involved in the active picture of getting a title, of being more of a contender in the women's division, because it's not so far. It's just been like, I'm a part of no quarter catch crew. Nothing wrong with that though, but I want to see her in more matches, getting more feuds with other women, and not involved in just this, because it's just like, I feel like it's not a good use of it. Doesn't lend her talents to it very well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I've been feeling that for a while, because I remember the second that she came in, the first thing I said was, damn, I've done some commentary for her matches before, Chin, and I truly felt like she could. I've seen her go. And we've seen shades of it on NXT, but I don't think we've seen her go like full throttle just yet. I think a lot of her matches, they haven't necessarily put her in a spot where she should be going full throttle. You know what I'm saying? Like, the moment has sort of been saved there.
Absolutely. Give her a 10-minute match with Kalani and let everybody see what she can do. Because, you know, those two would really, because somebody like Kalani is a great dance partner. She's going to tear it up. And by the way, so is Joe Hendry not in the title picture anymore, or what? Is this he's just done, or what is this?
Well, I think like the last thing they did was obviously everything that went down at Slammiversary. And then I'm trying to think, because he's been, you know, on TNA, I feel like he said that he still wants his title back. Because at the end of the day, like, someone from NXT still has the TNA championship. So clearly all the TNA guys still want to get their titles back, or get the title back to a TNA individual. Thank you, Frank. We got Steven here who says, I'm expecting a Saints versus Oba program is up soon. Bro, I thought that was going to happen like day one. Remember when we were sitting here going like, oh yeah, Ricky Saints and Oba Femi's going to be like the first thing that they do.
And they have not. Like, I get them saving it, but man, that would be a good program, especially like the in-ring promo work. I feel like they're great. They're both funny too. So I feel like they're going to do some like real funny jabs in there also.
Yeah. We got an IGN suture. Thank you, Steven. He says NXT at the Met in Philly is going to be an interesting view. Shucks, I can't go though. Dude, I thought you were saying it because you were gonna go. I've never been to the Met in Philly, so I can't even tell you what that's like. I don't think I've been there.
I don't know. I'm a little nervous about going to Philly, man. You know, the Astros beat the Phillies for the World Series a few years back. I made a lot of Philly trash talking videos, man. I don't know if I can even go to that city right now, man. I talked a lot of trash on behalf of the Astros, so I don't know if I can even head out there. I don't know if they remember me or not, man. But yeah, man.
They're gonna be like, it's that guy over there. It's that guy that was talking shit on us. They're gonna throw eggs at you, Chin.
The boys sent message. Hey, man, yo, ain't funny, bro. I think it's hilarious, guys. People from Philly was really like eating my stuff up, but it was great. I loved it.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. IGN Sutra, I'm so bummed that you can't actually make the show, but thank you so much for sharing this with us. We got JJ Castillo who says, Denise, hope you're recovering from the TS12 announcement. What's up, Chin? Hope you're both having a great evening. I am, JJ. This day has gone by so fast. I shot like 4 videos earlier today. I was supposed to shoot another one, and then I got distracted and started doing a bunch of other stuff. So I'm definitely behind right now. But other than that, I'm feeling good, doing good. I'm excited excited for TS12, the Life of a Showgirl. We officially have a title. It's been the talk of the town. If you go on social media, chances are you're seeing a lot of orange all over social media because we are now entering a new era. Thank you so much, JJ. We got Dave. Yeah.
Hey, Denise. Hey, what's TS12? A calculator? What is that? I'm just kidding. I'm just
I
playing.
was about to say, Jen, really? Where are you? Where have you been?
I heard you brought this up on Santi. Were you and Santi? I heard so many times during the Rawcast, y'all. Go back and watch it, y'all. She brought this up a lot on the Rawcast with Santi, y'all. A lot.
Look, it was the biggest thing that happened in that night, okay? It was funny because last night's Raw review was primarily about Karrion Kross that happened over the weekend. So that should kind of tell you where Raw was at last night. Not that much to get into. We got JJ the Mexican here, says, Chinedu, my man, you two are great. NXT was okay at the gym. Hey, yo, get your workout, man. Get your workout. I always root for people who are doing their thing.
Appreciate you, Day, my guy. Much love, man. Love the match too, man. Lucha, bro. Love it.
We got Frank here who says, Lola and Kelani getting ready. Ooh, Lord, enters Miss Parker. Oh, snap, get the tank. Great tag match for the women. And I wanted to the Lola and Lani victory hip swerve. Okay, so we need to talk about this because this was one of my favorite parts of NXT today. We got to see Fallon Henley and JC Jane take on Kelani Jordan and Lola Vice. And what Frank is talking about here was a backstage segment that occurred where we were seeing Kelani and Lola kind of both doing their little mini workouts backstage, but both talking about how they want to become something huge, blah, blah, blah. Lola's talking about how this is her year, etc., etc. Confronted, of course, by Fatal Influence. So this match is made, right? I feel so for the longest time, Chinedu, we were talking so much about how great Lola is, and she was doing good. Remember all of the underground matches that she got? She had that big feud with Roxanne Perez, the feud with Natalya. She did a lot, and then she kind of disappeared for a while, and we were thinking, okay, she disappeared after the feud with Jada Parker, and after that, we were thinking, where's Lola? Like, why isn't Lola on TV? And then she came back, and when she came back, it was around that time when they were doing the partnership with AAA, and suddenly we've been seeing her kind of do a lot over there, and now she kind of feels like she's got this new pep in her step on NXT. So during this match, dude, I thought Lola Vice was the biggest standout of this match. And mind you, that's not, to shade anybody. Kalani's super talented, all the other girls, cool. But I thought that Lola just came here. Everybody was at a 7 or a 5 or whatever, but Lola Vice was at a 12 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just had that extra gear that she was pressing on the gas pedal throughout the entire matchup here.
Absolutely. If you look in that crowd, to see grown black men, grown white men stand up, grown men scream, I'm a Latina with her. Okay. Lets you know how over she is. Grown men was in that crowd. Okay.
I'm a Latina.
And they did the hip thing too.
So funny. Hey, hips don't lie, guys. Hips don't lie.
Y'all can't still do the hip thing, but
I can't do it like Shakira and Lola Vice. I do it more like a broken down granny.
Oh man, you did great, Salcedo. But to your point again, she was the standout, and I really feel it was so great to see her again in the competition because I felt like she was gone for so long, but now she's back in it, man. Again, like crowds all behind her. She's literally like a call waiting to happen, in my opinion.
She is, bro, but I'm going to miss her because if she does go to to the Raw or SmackDown, I'm going to feel like NXT is again missing a void. Like, we've been talking about this a whole lot, how it feels now that Roxanne is gone and Stephanie and Julia and all these other people. That's pretty much it. But you feel the void even with just those few names, man. So I don't want to get to that point where suddenly it's like, there's no one else. Granted, they have so many women on NXT, but I do kind of want to see Lola soak in her moments, soak in her opportunities before she does head on over to Raw or SmackDown. But when she does, she's gonna light that place up, man. She's gonna light it up.
She is. Like, she's one of them talents too that, although, because I watch NXT so much, I want to see her win the title though. But I have to remember, in the grand scheme of WWE, they're developing stars. They don't really care about title runs as much as we do. And she's one of those women. I feel that they're probably just going to call her up without her winning a title, probably just because of how over she is, and she's already fully developed into their system, and she really doesn't need it. To be honest, I hate to say that, but people like her and Jada Kalani, you could call them up without them winning any titles, and they'll be ready to go. In my opinion, I want them to win, but if they don't, it won't be a bad thing either.
Yeah, I agree with you. We got Steven here who says, after Grace's match, what's next for Blake Monroe? Oh my God. There's so many girls that I would want to see her mix it in there with. Obviously, she's still a bad girl. Oh, and we did have that sit down with Jordan Grace. I liked how kind of real she got with Kelly, where they were talking about Jordan Grace's journey, because she kind of she definitely fat shamed her last week.
Yeah.
Like, that's what that promo was. And we were all sitting here going, what is this? Like, why are we bringing this up? It was a terrible promo, by the way. Let me just bring that up. And it wasn't necessarily, I'm not saying it was bad because of delivery. No, I'm saying it was bad because of the entire story, because it was Blake Monroe bringing up Jordan Grace having been not as fit as she is now, right? And I thought, oh my God, why are we bringing this up? Like, Jordan Grace has done more than enough to change her body and make herself look like a freaking rock star when it comes to her physique, right? And I didn't understand why we were doing this, and it got a lot of bad. I don't feel the reception of that promo last week did any good. Everybody on social media was kind of thinking, what is this? What is this? Like, why are we sitting here talking about this? But I did feel like this week, with Jordan being like, oh no, she's right, but look at everything that I did to change that and to change myself and how I see myself. So I kind of felt like they tried to save that a little bit by having Jordan Grace's response that she did have today.
Absolutely. That segment did not get over at all. I think you can tell, because I don't think they even recapped it on this show at all. I don't think they did, just because it's like, the segment would have been, it could have been saved maybe if you had Jordan Grace come out to defend herself and let her know, hey, whatever, I was bigger back then, but I love how I look back then. And to keep it real, I was still pulling back then. Let them know. You know what I'm saying? Tell them, what? It's still pulling. I look good. So regardless, let her play on it to where I love me back then, love me now. So it makes no difference. The crowd would have been with her, and then it would have made more sense. But yeah, having not doing it though. But to answer Mr. Marchulli, after Blake Monroe, listen, hear me out, guys. Sean, sign Toni Storm. All right. Have Toni Storm come back, attack Blake Monroe, attack her with an Air Force One, and get it cracking again in the feud.
No. Bless your heart, Chinedu, but Toni Storm would not be the same in WWE.
Yeah.
They wouldn't get the timeless Toni Storm thing right. It would be so different.
Yeah.
So different. You think she would be able to say half of the things that she says? Part of what Toni Storm's character is very outrageous, and she says some very R-rated, non-PG things. There is no way she would be able to say any of that on WWE television.
That's true. Although I love her character too, man. To me, she was a big part of me watching AW for a while. She was the best thing about AW for a good minute. So shout out Toni Storm, man. Pay her more, Toni.
I do want to see Blake Monroe work, for example, with Jada Parker. Because Jada, you know how she is. She's very aggressive. I think that would be a fun mix there. Her with Kalani Jordan, I think would be fun. I mean, there's so many, literally any girl, any babyface girl that you've got back there, I'm down with to throw in there with Blake Monroe. But I would probably say Jada Parker is probably up there with who I'd want to see her work against after she's done with Jordan Grace.
I think that'd be good. Also, Jada Parker, she did her thing out here in reality wrestling. That's Booker T's promotion out here in Houston against Alex Gracia. Man, listen, Jada did her. That crowd was all Jada Parker. Gracia was great too, but man, she did her thing out here in Houston this past weekend, man.
Were you there?
No, I made the last few minutes. So I had a show in Sugarland though. So when I finished, I booked it back out there, whatever, and I caught a little bit though. Just listen. Jay Parker's a star, y'all. Listen, that crowd, Miss Parker, Miss Parker, Miss Parker. So shout out to Jada Reality Wrestling. I hate that whenever I have shows, Reality Wrestling usually have shows too, though. And it's I hate whenever that happens, that collision, because I booked it out of Sugarland. If you're from Houston, Sugarland and Texas City are not right by each other, though. So when I got out my show, I booked it all the way out there to catch a little bit of it. But I mean, great showing from her and Zilla, everybody out there, Reality Wrestling.
Hell yeah. I've never been to Reality of Wrestling, so I can't even chime in on that one, but I've heard great things about it.
Gotta take you and come to Houston. I got you, Denise, all right?
I don't know when I'm going back to Houston. There's nothing that's bringing me out to Houston.
What?
There's nothing, Chin. Like, there's no show, no big shows, nothing.
Yeah, nothing wrestling. We got World Cup coming, but that's next year though. When I tell you, man, I'm so hyped for that, man.
I'm
Oh,
sure that's gonna be fun. Yeah, that'll definitely be fun to be around. We
yes.
got Nico LaFleur. Nico, thank you so much for the super chat. He says they got to give my girl Ren some Claire some matches and more importantly some wins. Nico, literally what Chinedu is just saying right now is that she can bring so much more to the table, but right now she's sort of being sacrificed to help boost up Charlie Dempsey's personality.
Call your daddy.
And I mean
right?
that in a great compliment, by the way, because we see this all the time, Chan. How many times don't you see a guy who just kind of doesn't really have it yet, personality-wise, and they add a woman to help bring out some of that charm, some of that shine? Like Triple H said, he literally said this himself on Unreal, where he said, you could go to the PC and for every guy that has figured it out, there's 10 girls for every guy that has figured it out, or however he worded it, basically saying that the women just get it a lot faster. And yeah, man, I'm with you. I want to see Ren Sinclair kind of do a little bit more. She's sort of just been the cheerleader there with no quarter catch crew.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nico. We got Blake here who says, DWO represent. Blake, thank you so much for being a DWO member now for 11 months. We got Jacob Tatum in the building. Hey, what's up, Jacob? He says, Lola Vice and Kalani was absolutely amazing with Lola's quick feet and hands and Kalani's athleticism. And when do you expect JC Jane to lose one title or both? I'm surprised she's held both titles long enough. So I need to talk really quickly about sorry, can you sense I'm about to go on a rant? Can you sense it? Is it that obvious? Chinedu? Can you I broke Chinedu? What did I say? I didn't even say nothing.
Listen, Denise said, listen, y'all, I'm surprised you had him this long.
Okay, though. But for reals, though, am I the only one who's surprised? Like, they can't be it. Like, it can't be it. I cannot be the only one. Okay, but I have things to say because I also now cover Impact Wrestling for Busted Open on Thursday nights. So I now watch that. Now, I understand that maybe not a lot of you guys have heard my show there because that's done a different platform. It's on SiriusXM. But for the last 2 weeks, Chin, I know you don't watch Impact. I know it's not even in your radar. I loathe the way that they are working the story over there with the Knockouts Championship. I'm not liking what they are doing. They are bringing down the prestige of the belt. It's been 3-minute matches with DQ endings back-to-back weeks. Oh, I'm not a fan of what they're doing there. And so at least today we got this fun tag team match with Midge, Kalani, and Lola shine very, very bright. But the women's championship picture, it's just not strong right now. We need to get these titles back to a place where we are seeing a lot of serious competition. We need to get back to some serious wrestling here. I'm just not enjoying what they're doing with this program.
I mean, and again, I told myself I am going to watch a mega effort to watch TNA. I would see it on YouTube and on Instagram, whatever, though. Never watch it on Access TV. Thank you for the people in the chat last week that let me know in the comments, though. But yeah, I can believe it, man. It's like, it doesn't seem like they're doing much with it. I think it's more so like WWE's like, hey, let's brawl that title for a storyline over here. TNA's like, yeah, sure, no problem. Thanks. No problem. And it's like, okay. And I think the number one contender is Ash by Elegance and Masha Slamovich, right?
That's what's going on there. Yeah.
By the way, again, Ash by Elegance. I don't know if y'all know this though. You know she looks a lot like Dana Brooke. I don't know if you feel that way, but if you put them side
she
by
looks
side,
so much like Dana Brooke. They could be sisters.
Yes, what happened to her?
Whatever happened to Dana?
I don't know.
So funny. But yeah, I'm not digging it right now. Let's get those titles and just separate them at this point. I don't care what they do in terms of I just don't think that both titles should be on one person for this long already.
Yeah.
It just hasn't, the quality of matches just has not been there. The quality of story is not there on either brand. I don't feel it strong on the NXT side, and I don't feel it strongly on the TNA side. So right now I'm just not rocking with this. So yeah, that's how I feel, man. Thank you so much to Jacob Tatum for sending in your thoughts. We got JJ Castillo here who says, Denise, I didn't mention this, but I'm starting to get concerned with how WWE is using Stephanie Vaquer in the main roster. I have seen only backstage segments, and her title match in Paris may not happen. So that one is a little bit, from the looks of it, that's definitely not in Stephanie's control in terms of, or their control when it comes to the match for Clash in Paris, because right now there still hasn't been any additional updates on Naomi. Where we're at with Naomi was she was taken out of last night's match against Io. That was supposed to be for a title shot, which many thought, hey man, whoever wins this match is clearly going to go on to face Stephanie at Clash in Paris. There's a chance Io might take that. There hasn't been any updates on why Naomi wasn't medically cleared or what happened or what. Look, regardless, Stephanie is going to have a match at Clash in Paris, because regardless, she's the number one contender. So let's say, for example, and hopefully this is not the case, but let's say Naomi cannot compete on at Clash in Paris for whatever reason. Let's say she can't compete. She would probably have to relinquish the title, and it would be a situation where they're competing for a vacant title. That's where we would end up at. And we would probably end up where seeing, Stephanie versus Io or something. And again, hopefully we don't have to get to that, because I want to see Naomi actually enjoy her run that she's on right now. I would like to see that story fully completed. But regardless, I am expecting Stephanie to have a match. Now, I think the reason why we've been mainly seeing backstages is because we're waiting for her to get her moment on the actual Clash in Paris. That's what I think. I'm not worried, honestly, JJ. I'm not worried, because, again, they've made sure to do confrontations with her and Io, with her and Naomi, with her and Rhea. So they're at least doing that. And it's not like she's had a couple of matches on the show and whatnot. So I'm not concerned. So I hope you're not concerned either. But come Clash in Paris, if Clash in Paris she doesn't get a match and all I said goes out the window, then we can be concerned. Thank you, JJ.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything Denise said, 100%, man. Don't worry about that, man. They got big plans for Stephanie. Don't even worry. Listen, don't worry about that at all. They got big plans for Steph. She's good. Everything good. I hope Naomi's okay, though. I was concerned about that, though, and I do hope she's all right, because she's having the run of her career right now. So I really hope she's able to come back. I hope it's just something minor, though, but definitely wish her all the best, though. But don't worry about that, man. They got her planned. Listen.
They better, Chin, or else we're going to have to throw down. I'm going to have to call Triple H and be like, hey, yo, we need to talk, all right? Stephanie Vaquer, put her out there.
I can see Triple H calling the police on Denise, though. She's like, listen, I called and someone was cussing me out in Spanish. I didn't know who it was. I FaceTime, it was Denise. I didn't even know she could speak Spanish. Okay, we be forgetting she can speak Spanish, y'all. Listen, chat.
I'm going to be screaming, I'm a Latina, outside of Triple H's window. And it's like a crazy stalker.
Real talk. I say Salcedo almost all the time, though, but sometimes I forget she can speak Spanish like that. Be cold Spanish. Y'all be forgetting too sometimes, because I'll see her and she'll bust out with the whole, like, what did you know? Okay. That might just be me. Sorry about that, chat.
No, I don't know if it trips some people. I don't know, actually. That's a good question. I do think some people forget that I can speak fluent Spanish.
Because it's like you sound the same, but then you don't sound the same. I'm like, wow, she was like fluent, like that. Wow. And then bust out.
Chinedu, ¿estás bien?
Yeah, look. And then switch back up to straight Cali girl. Watch. Straight Cali girl.
Hey, Chin, how was your day? What did you eat? That was exactly what I just said. Is it tripping you out? Is it like two people?
That is interesting to me, though, because again, because I see the interviews and it's so, hi, it's Denise Salcedo. Hi, I'm here, Taylor Swift.
Wow, so is great. That what I sound like, Chin?
Well, not quite like that, though. But I mean, but then bust out with an interview with Stephanie, full on Spanish. Like,
you're like, this is not the same person.
Yeah, I thought it was a voiceover for a second. No, but yeah, I'm getting off topic, y'all. Sorry about that. Getting off.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just gonna randomly scare you sometimes from now on. I'm just gonna randomly send you voice messages in Spanish.
I mean, it's angry. So what is she saying? I'm be like, no, no, she's fine. It's cool. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna sound really angry, but I'm gonna be saying like the nicest things ever.
Man, yeah, because honestly, like Spanish can sound very aggressive. This is a random story. One of my
Yeah,
friends,
yeah.
yeah, he did get cussed out by her, whatever. She's I don't know if I should say this on air. Never mind. Let me tell the story.
You're like, I'm not even gonna share the story. I don't share the
Hey,
story, but it's too
I'll tell you off air,
personal.
Denise. I'll tell you off air.
Okay. All right. I can see you. I'm just gonna throw you off for a loop, Chinedu. All right. Let me see, where are we at? We're at Jacob Tatum here, who says thoughts on Jordan Grace and Josh Briggs promo. So we kind of talked about Jordan Grace already, but Josh Briggs, man. Dude, I've been saying this for the longest time. I want Josh Briggs to be that guy. I didn't really get too much out of this promo here today, where he was calling out Inamura, and basically, the crowd was telling them to like shut up. Like, the crowd was not having it. So his promo wasn't yet as strong as it needs to be. The crowd was basically drowning him out during this promo, man. I feel bad, but my attention was also more so on the crowd reacting to Josh Briggs' promo than Josh Briggs' promo itself. But he
Yeah.
did challenge him to a Philly street fight for NXT. They're gonna do that, I think, when they're next week in Philadelphia.
Okay. Again, I like Josh Briggs too. Man, I can't tell if he has just actual good heat or if it's just go away heat we don't want to see on our screens heat. Because
I don't think he has go away heat. He's a good wrestler. Like,
right.
he's had good matches. It's just that well, he's a heel, right? Because he betrayed his friend. So that's why he's getting those types of cheers. But he's also just not like yet so confident on the mic, because he doesn't really get opportunities like this to talk on the mic.
He does. He's been there a while, and I say this too. I'm going to say this for a good while when it comes to the men's division on NXT. I'm going to sit back and I say this early in the year, let them cook, because right now they need guys. We got to let these guys develop and see. I hate we're in this kind of early phase of it though, because we have to see things flush out, develop. But that's what NXT is for though. So, I like Josh Briggs. I like him, and I see what they're doing with him, with Jasper Choi, Tavion Heights, and those kind of guys. They're build them up. I like it. It's what they need to do. It's just we're kind of in that incubator phase. We still have to kind of like navigate through, sort through, get better at promos and all that though. But I wasn't offended by it. I like Josh Briggs. He has the size that I feel the company's looking for and all that. And it's a really good match between those two. And Jasper Choi is great too. Although for some reason he called Ricky Saints a pretty boy, even though Jasper Choi, you were also a pretty boy. I don't know if you know this. You were tall, light skinned with dreads. I don't know if you know this, but anyway, sorry about that. This is random.
We have you're also a pretty boy, by the way.
Yeah, like what?
That you didn't know.
You're a
You
pretty
are
boy
a
too,
pretty
Jasper.
boy.
What are you talking?
Hey, it's good for people to know whether or not they are pretty boys. Thank you, Jacob. We got Bob Ross here, who says, I'm surprised we are not getting a title defense for the women's NXT title at Heatwave, but I guess we are waiting for Blake to be done with Grace. Yeah, and I think they announced so let me pull up the NXT Heatwave card, because they did announce that we are having the face-to-face between Blake and Jordan. So Blake and Jordan are scheduled for NXT, but obviously non-title there, because the titles are held up right now with JC and Ash by Elegance and Masha Slamovich, because they're going to be doing the triple threat for the TNA Knockouts Championship, right? So it's going to be non-title match. And then next week we are seeing a face-to-face between Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe. So that's the story. Like, that's the one we're interested in, is Jordan and Blake. But right now we're hung up with two titles on the line one title on the line over here at NXT Heatwave, and there is no NXT Women's Championship match.
I do want to say I love how they build up so many so many women rivalries that don't involve titles though, and you're still invested in it though. Like, man, this is just good storytelling for NXT. But again, we need to get them titles off of JC. Like, again, we gotta get them off of her, y'all. It's been long.
Just keep one on and do the other one. I don't know which one. I watch both shows, so either way I'm gonna be tuning in, but I at least say like one has to go in a different direction, because I don't like that. I just don't like how this story is coming together right now. It's been very uneventful. We got Terrence Matthews here. Thank you, Bob. We got Terrence here, who says, I know they like to get personal for good stories, but bigger issues like body shaming are just too sensitive to be used as material. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, when it comes to stories like this, I would imagine that it's maybe run by those people. Who knows? You never know. Maybe it might even be those people those wrestlers that like pitch the idea. You don't know the stuff. Like, we don't know, right? But I just think right now we're kind of in a world where we don't really know how to. Some people don't know how to react, and then some people do. They're like, this is bullshit. Like, this is such a cheap story to go with. And that's what that was. That's why everybody was so silent when they had Blake Monroe cutting that promo last week. Nobody knew, or the week before that, whenever it happened, people didn't know how to respond to it.
Yeah, it'd have been better if Jordan would have came out to defend herself and get like the last laugh on it. That would have been like great heel heat for her. And again, like this kind of segment where the good guy needs to get the upper hand right away for something like that. You can't let that linger though, because you'll have like Piggy James energy over your whole feud like that. You don't want that.
Exactly. Everybody thinks about that stuff with Mickie James. That's exactly where my brain goes. Stat. Thank you, Terrence. We got Hassan Batla here who says, what's good, guys? Not a fan of Fatal Influence. I do like her realizing she has a woman from the Born brand targeting her. But, the Elegance brand targeting her. But can we talk about their entrance theme? I'm a sucker for female rock vocals. Yeah, I do like their theme a whole lot too. I'm thinking they need to break this whole thing up already with Fatal Influence. We've been seeing this been teased for a long time now that Jasmine and Fallon Henley are not seeing eye to eye with JC, and I can't wait for them to actually sink into that and get it done. And that should be the next thing. That should be the next chapter for Fatal Influence. And let's see if maybe that plays a role into this upcoming match at Heatwave. We'll see. But yeah, for sure at Heatwave, she's dropping that Knockouts championship. Whether it's to Masha or to Ash, but she's dropping it. Thank you, Hassan. We got Hassan Batla, who also says, also Josh Briggs needs to learn how to yell. Yeah, he was pretty soft-spoken. That's what I'm saying, that the crowd sort of drowned him out. But again, guys, I'd rather have him get the opportunities to even cut a promo like that than to not get the opportunities, because we need these people to get better, because that's how they're going to be better, is by going out there and learning. Thank you, Hassan. We got Terrence Matthews here who says, I disagree with the NXT half. I think it's heating up and we're leading to a #1 contenders triple threat with Lola, Jada, and Kalani. Yeah, I hope so. I hope you're 100% right. But as of the last couple of weeks, it's been pretty, it's been kind of a dud there. But yeah, on the TNA side, it's been a lot rougher though. Thank you, Terrence. We got well-rounded Leo who says, I don't have an issue with Blake's promo. I mean, she is a heel and she is supposed to say and do terrible things. I think some fans are taking the fun out of wrestling. Well, thank you for your honest opinion, Leo. That's what I said by some fans didn't know how to react to this. Like, legit, there was confusion in there. Like, let's say somebody heard this promo and thought that they actually enjoyed it. Even they were probably like, should I be reacting to this? Like, what should I do? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a confusion type of situation to go. So if you're cool with it, great. And if the wrestlers are cool with it, great. But I think most people are kind of just thinking, really, that's what we're doing? She used to look this certain way and now she doesn't. If anything, you want to applaud that. You want to applaud Jordan for looking a certain way. For me, it was, why are we bringing this up if that's so in the past? Like, that's so many years ago. Jordan looks totally different now. And to me, that didn't take away from her ability as a wrestler. So this has nothing to do with wrestling now. It's just about beauty. But we all know that beauty isn't the only thing that's going to get you to main event WrestleMania. You got to actually be able to go in the ring.
Absolutely. And on top of all this too, again, like they could be cool with doing a segment though, but without Jordan there to balance it out, to like give her side of it, it was just a one-sided thing. That's just, it felt weird for a crowd. In the era we're in, people gonna feel weird that way. Cause like, man, first of all, I'm in the crowd. Jordan wasn't even fat. Jordan was thick. I'm from the South, first of all, too. So I'm not even agreeing with what he's saying. Like fat, you know, it's just so first of all, it doesn't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? The girl, what? No, she will be a hit down south. Out here in Houston, Tech. What you talking? Okay, so to me, it was just yeah, it's weird. I do understand what you're saying though, man, because you know, for me, I can take dark humor. I can do it though, but it has to be, it wasn't laid out well. I feel that's why it didn't work as well though. You need Jordan out there to balance it out and make the segment make sense. Just her going back and forth by herself, whatever. if I'm in the crowd, I ain't even laugh on camera though. I'm a public figure with brand deals. I ain't gonna get canceled.
Be like, oh, was that Chinedu laughing in the crowd?
Nope.
Can you imagine that? Oh, hell no, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, hells no. But yeah, I think you're right, though. You make a big point there, and that is that Jordynne Grace should have been there to say the stuff that she needed to say. If I were her, I would have gone off. I would have been like, you know what? I mean, I'm a terrible promo, so I don't know. But it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to think about this in a real life setting. In a real life setting, if I transformed my body and someone was trash talking what I used to look like before, I would tell them that, okay, I now have I can honestly say that I have what it takes, the determination, the drive. I have all of those things that helped me get to where I am now with my new physique, right? And those are challenges and things that you overcome and that you're able to do that not everybody can. So that within itself is a point for you. And if I mean, I would have gone way deeper. I probably wouldn't even said some things that you can't even say no more just to get back at that person for saying things to me. I mean, I don't know, but it's just it was just weird. It was just weird. Honestly, that's what it was. Weird.
You would want to talk about that. Jordan got a man. On top of all this, okay. Blake Monroe, where's your man, Blake Monroe? Okay, because
right?
Jordan could have been like, yeah, Jordan could be like, I know somebody that like it, and she'll picture her man on the screen. Where's your man at, Blake? And
yeah. Yeah, see, little things like that. That's how I would have gone. I would have gone that far and been like, okay, so I look this way, but I could get a man. Where's yours?
Yes. The crowd would have been,
I would have thrown in something savage like, I see you back there swiping right on Tinder.
Yes. And been fire. The crowd
right,
loved it.
We're taking this a whole different direction, but who knows what the comeback should have been. Regardless, Jordan should have been there to give a said comeback. Thank you, well-rounded Leo. We got Bob Ross Jr. who says, I just find it crazy that so many people immediately just assume that Naomi is pregnant. I was shocked by that too. We were talking about that last night on the Raw post show. I didn't realize that people were theorizing that Naomi was pregnant. I didn't even think about that. My brain did not go there. But you got to understand, when you are a woman and you say, you have no idea how many times Chinedu I've said, oh, hey, on so-and-so day, I'm going to make an announcement. And people are like in the comments, oh, you're pregnant. I'm like, is that the only announcement that I can possibly make in my entire life? That's it. That's all I've got. What?
Yeah. That is insane. Because first of all, I didn't think Naomi got pregnant. I didn't think about that. I thought about concussion. First of all, that's what I thought.
I went in totally different direction.
Yeah. And first of all, but if she is pregnant though, congratulations to Naomi though. Yeah. Hey, and Jim. Hey, Jim. I see you, man. Okay. Hey, Jim. Hey. Okay. I ain't mad.
Don't call me Big Jim for nothing.
I ain't gonna say that part. Denise said that part. I ain't gonna say that part. But shout out to them. And then like that, man, because Naomi, because they've been married for a while. You know what I'm saying? If they are, happy for them, all the kinds of whatever. But even Jim, first of all, Jim, damn Naomi fine. I know Jim be out there pop locking, see her in the back. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I ain't mad at you, Jim. I ain't mad at you at all, man. But Naomi, I do hope Naomi is okay overall, though. We want you back.
Yeah, seriously. And at the end of the day, if that is the case, that's a blessing. So we'll see what happens. All right, we got Dan Jackson here. Says, what's up, Den and Chin? I think I'm going to start to say WWE buys TNA and do some talent drafting over there. And with AAA, could fix some things a little. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Triple Mania and what they do this Sunday. I'm still going to watch the show. I'm just going to watch it later. I'm not going to do a watch along, but I will watch it afterwards. Thank you, Dan. We got Cool Fool 1980 who says, I think it's all about delivery. When Scott Steiner fat promo on Samoa Joe is hilarious compared to Blake's promo on Jordynne Grace. That could play. That's a huge thing too, in the way that you sell it, the way that you word it, the way that you do it. Who knows? Thank you, Cool Fool 1980, for making that point. We got Leo here who says, I'm from North Carolina and I miss the days when heel could get real heat and actually be hated. Hey man, I get hella excited when a heel gets like legitimately hated. Like good heat though, like good heat, not go away heat. Get off of our TV heat.
Yeah. Dominic Heat, boy, is amazing. I love it.
Yeah. Infamous Raider Local says, who the homie pissed off in the back? Another crazy line about tongues on Ash during that Dark State promo. I didn't even catch that. He says trick hugging everyone after being tossed out was hilarious. Looking forward to the peace treaty. Did you catch that? I didn't catch that.
Uh-uh. I wonder. I wonder if YouTube TV ran out of time on my end because I didn't see that at all.
That's hella funny. Thank you for sharing that, Frank. We got Terrence Johnson here who says Mariah's dating Nick Wayne. I don't know about that. I didn't know. I don't think so. I haven't seen anything like that. But then again, I'm not up to date with who's dating whom.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be
All right, we got Hassan Bala who says, I think it's an important topic, especially with the growing women fans, and so many girls still go through it. If someone did that to my sis, we'd be fighting. Oh, hell yeah, man. If someone did that to somebody I loved, we would be throwing down. I'd be like, let's go, girl. We're going to fight. Thank you, Hassan. Terrence Matthews here says, I think this week was heated because of Kalani and Lola and Jada between the backstage segment and the tag team match. Also, Lola needs to come my way. Everyone, I posted a video when I was at Worlds Collide of Lola Vice's entrance, and everybody went like apeshit crazy for that video. It was just perfect. It got so many views. Everybody was so in love with Lola, and I was like, you're welcome, people. I just blessed all of your timelines. But yes, I'm so rooting for Lola Vice, and I think I'm rooting for Lola because I really like her, but also selfishly because to me, Lola is representation. That's what Lola is to me. Like, I see her and I see this fine ass Latina, and I'm like, yes, girl, you're representing all of us. I'm at home eating hot Cheetos though, and Lola Vice is looking fantastic and is athletic. So please represent us, Lola Vice. I can't go out there with my hot Cheeto fingers. Thank you, Terrence Matthews. We got Issa David here who says, these two LFG athletes aren't doing it for me. We were asking yesterday what was up with Tyra May, last week, excuse me. We were wondering where Tyra May Steele was at. And turns out she's now involved in this whole situation with Ethan Page, who's promoting Canada, and it's become a Canada versus USA thing. And Tavion Heights comes out to confront Ethan Page. And this all happens after we had the match between Alba Fire defeating Kendall Gray. I don't know what's happening here. I was confused with Chelsea Green coming in and helping out Ethan Page, and then she's suddenly trying to recruit some people. I don't know what is happening here, but then Tyra May comes out and she ends up suplexing both Alba Fire, Piper Niven, and Ethan Page. So all of this was to bring her out because she is an Olympian. That's what this whole thing was for, from the looks of it.
For me, the segment didn't go. It didn't. I won't say fall flat though, but it could have been better to me. It's just they need a mouthpiece for one. Tavion and her, they need someone to talk for them. Just because that man Tavion came out full promo mode. You are here telling two truths and one lie. The crowd was like, I know this must not say two truths. I know he did not say. And again, I'm let him cook. But they need a better mouthpiece. Ethan can hold his own, of course. Chelsea can too. So it's not getting over though because they're getting ate up on the mic. They're not really getting their comebacks aren't connecting. And even then, like her suplexing everybody, the crowd was like, cool, okay, cool. But I feel they need something else to kind of make that spark. If they're gonna be a team, some kind of like the Olympian League or the Olympics or whoever they want to be together, I do feel they need someone to talk for them to kind of get them over with the crowd though, because I feel they can get over. It's just on their own mic skills alone. I don't feel it's going to happen as fast as they want it to happen.
All right, we got 1 minute, guys, because I have to go do this other thing now. But before we wrap things up, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Chinedu, please tell the people where they can follow you.
Follow me everywhere at Chinedu Ogu. Check me out on YouTube right now. My latest episode of Chinedu's Food Ventures is up right now over there at Gazelle Cakes. If you like seeing desserts, go on my YouTube channel right now. Check out the latest episode as well. Check me on tour. Upcoming show is going to be November 15th at the Gordy as well. Check that out. Come check it out. It's also awesome. Be sure to follow everything with Denise. Check out her latest interviews on here. Great content. The video with her and Alex, I laughed at so hard.
Oh my God, that was so fun.
Okay.
Yeah, that was so fun.
Y'all check that out. Otherwise, show her love everywhere. Don't be a click. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to bounce off now because I'm about to go watch this TMZ documentary because it's about to air for me. So keep an eye out. Maybe I'll do some coverage on it depending on how it all goes. But make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We'll be back here tomorrow for AEW Dynamite and AEW Dynamite watch along and review. Plus, subscribe to the channel. Lots of videos coming. Friendly reminder next week we won't be here, by the way, because I'm going to be gone Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. So just a heads up in case you guys come to next week and there's not an NXT show. That's because I am out of town. But thank you guys so much, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye, everyone.